Hi guys, let us have a look at US30. Um, so I have the weekly chart open, and we can see that Friday's candle actually closed as a bullish candle. In fact, the last three weekly candles have been bullish candles, but we can see that last Friday's candle is actually smaller than the previous two, which indicates that to some degree the market is losing some steam in as far as going up is concerned, right? Another thing that I see or that I spoke about previously is the fact that we have this candlestick over here. It is a liquidity candlestick and is carrying a whole lot of liquidity at that level. So we just need to keep that in the back of our minds. To add to that, we also have a very nice W structure in this region with the neckline being at around this region. And by now, you guys know that when it comes to W structures, ideally what we would love to see is for price to break above the neckline and then come back to the neckline to retest it, and from there for price to push further up. So we would look for buying opportunities at this level over here, right? So similarly, at this point in time, in as far as this zone is concerned, we'd love to see price come back to the neckline to retest it, and from here move further up. So we would look for buying opportunities at this point, right? But also, as I said, keep in mind that we have this candlestick over here, which is carrying a whole lot of liquidity, and we know that when it comes to liquidity, the market needs to grab that liquidity at some stage or another, right? Another thing that we need to remember or keep in the back of our minds is that because we have this very nice W structure over here with a neckline over there, we know that a lot of traders and investors bought on the second leg of this W structure, and they put their stop losses just below that W structure, right? So as much as we or rather as much as the anticipation is for price to move to this level and then push further up, what may actually happen is that price may push further down, firstly to this level to grab that liquidity off that candlestick, and then move further down as well to grab all of those stop losses that are just below here, and from there form this very nice W structure, in which case we would look for buying opportunities at this point over here, right? So we just need to keep all these possibilities in the back of our minds as we move forward. Anyway, let's move forward. What I'm going to do now is just add a neckline, or rather add the neckline of that W structure. So just bear with me. There goes the neckline. Number two, I'm just gonna just add a line to that liquidity candlestick as well, because it is also very much important, and we just need to make sure that we don't forget the fact that we have this very important liquidity candlestick. Just bear with me. There we go. We have a whole lot of liquidity at this level over here, right? Yeah, so the next thing that I'm going to do is to just utilize the Fibonacci retracement tool just to see if this level, the neckline that is, aligns with any of the key levels that we have on the Fibonacci retracement tool. So just bear with me. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. Right. So can you guys see that our neckline, which is the neckline of this W structure, aligns with the 50% Fibonacci retracement level? Can you guys see that? So should price from where it is come to this level, we will indeed be looking for possible buying opportunities. We're not just gonna buy just by virtue of price, coming back to this level. We're gonna look for more reasons. But as I said, we have this W structure, we have the neckline, and we have the Fibonacci retracement level of 50%. So should price come back to this level, we will definitely be looking for buying opportunities. But I think we need further reasons as to why we should be buying, right? And those reasons I think we can find on the lower time frames. So let's head down to the lower time frames. However, before we do so, let me also just point out that the current weekly or the last weekly candle closed as a liquidity candlestick as well, and that tells us that where that candlestick ends at the top, we have a whole lot of liquidity, right? and the market needs to grab that liquidity at one point or another. So I'm just going to mark that point as well. Just bear with me. At this level, there we go, right? So from here I'm just going to move down to the daily chart, and here we are on the daily chart. Let's see. So the first thing that I'm going to do on this chart is to add my daily channel. So just bear with me, guys. Let's see, how would I add my daily channel? Let's see. There goes my daily channel. There goes my daily channel. Sorry, let me just fix that. That should be fine. There we go. There goes the daily channel. So on this daily chart, what is it that we see that is interesting or significant or important? What is it that we see on this chart that is interesting, significant, or important? So we can see that currently price seems to be moving sideways, right? And also remember that this W structure, in my opinion, I think needs to end at around this level somewhere, because this is where it started. This is where the move started, in my humble opinion, and I expect the move to at least finish at around this level as well. Also, just bear in mind that we also had a very nice M structure at this point, and I said to you guys that when it comes to M structures rather, what normally happens is a lot of traders and investors sell on that second leg of that M structure and put their stop losses just above that structure. So we have a whole lot of stop losses that are just above this level over here. And what we may see happen over the next coming days is that price may push further up to trigger all of these stop losses that are at this level, right? And then from there, maybe it may push further up to maybe test or retest or test this channel over here, and from there we might possibly see price maybe move further down, maybe to this level, which is the neckline of the W structure, or even this level, which is that level where we have that candlestick that is carrying all of that liquidity that I spoke about, right? So let's move forward. So what else do we see on this chart that we should be paying attention to, right? So as much as we have this level that's carrying all of those stop losses at this point, we also have this level over here, right? We also have an M formation over here, and similar to this one, it's also carrying a lot of stop losses at this level over here. So there is scope for price to keep moving further up, not just to this level, but also to this level over here to trigger all of those stop losses, and from there we might see price then move further down, right? Also, just bear in mind that currently we have what seems to be an M structure here. I think it'll be better visible on the smaller time frames, such as the H4 chart as well as the H1 chart, right? And when it comes to M formations, we know that people or investors sell on that second leg of that M structure. So what may be currently happening is that the market may be forming a bit of a trap at this point, because they know that people or investors and traders sell on the second leg of that M, and it may happen that in the next week price may actually push further up to trigger the stop losses that are just above here, as well as the stop losses that are just above here, and the ones that are above here as well, right? So these are all possibilities. We just need to ensure that we keep all these possibilities in the back of our minds, and we react based on what the market does, right? Yeah. So anyway, let's proceed. I don't see anything further on this particular chart. What I'm going to do now is head down to the H4 chart. So here we are on the H4 chart. And I did say to you guys on the daily chart that we do indeed have a nice M structure over there, and that it would be better visible on the smaller time frames, such as the H4 as well as the H1. So indeed, a lot of traders and investors have sold at this level, and the anticipation is for price to complete this very nice M structure at this level over here, right? However, as I said, because of this M structure, right, all those people who sold at this level have their stop losses just above the M structure. And as I said, what may happen is the market may move further up to trigger those M structures, or rather those stop losses, and then from there possibly push further down to around this level over here, right? So from here, what I'm gonna do is just add my channel on the H4 chart. So just bear with me. Let's see. There goes our H4 chart. I mean channel rather, excuse me. So what else do we see on this chart? On this chart, I can see that we also had some, or rather a W structure at around this level, with the neckline being here, right? So we never really got to see price come back to the neckline to retest it, and that's what may also happen in the future. The price comes back to this level to test that W structure, or the neckline of the W structure, and then possibly push further up, right? So I hope what I'm saying makes sense. And yeah, that's my analysis really in as far as US30 is concerned. I think we're gonna see price move further up because there's a lot of capital stuck above, and I think once that capital has been activated, then we might see price moving further down. Or what may actually happen is, because of this W structure, or rather this M structure, price may move further down to this level, and then again to this level to trigger that liquidity, and then from there we might see price move even further down to trigger the liquidity at the bottom of that W structure that I spoke about on the weekly chart, because there's a lot of money left, or rather stuck below that W structure, and then the market may push up from there to form a very nice huge W structure, and that's when we may see price go up to trigger all of that capital that's stuck above, right? So that is it, guys, as far as my analysis goes of US30. Peace out.